Don't ask me where this or how this is on, but let's see if I can get this down. There it goes. Hey, what's going on? Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day.
Oh, there's lots going on. Lots going on. People don't know it. Lots going on. Oh,
We're
nice.
allowed drinking a local apple cider in Argentina.
Very nice.
What do you
What do
got
you got
tonight?
tonight?
I got a little imported from Holland, Bavaria. Nice stuff. Nice stuff.
So if
So if you're not drinking, cheers, guys.
Yes. Cheers.
I'm gonna
Let's see if I can get that
Nah,
happening here.
You
You
hear
hear
it?
it?
No, I don't hear anything.
You hear
You hear an
an
echo.
Oh, okay. Here.
Echo.
Go ahead.
Echo cancellation's on. I don't know why, but anyways, okay, it's good now. A lot of stuff to talk about. We had I don't know if you had a chance to watch the Ontario Supreme Court. No, it's Canadian Superior Court in Toronto today and yesterday. They were talking about. Remember back, there was a lawsuit. They filed a lawsuit, and there's a whole bunch of issues about whether or not the invocation of the Emergency Act was legal or not after the Freedom Convoy 2022.
Oh, I absolutely remember that. Yes, it was found to have been unlawful.
Yeah, so Judge Mosley, I believe, says, yeah, they should have never done that. You federal employees and Prime Minister and all you guys, he found it to be unconstitutional. And it was a 200-page ruling, and it took Chrystia Freeland all of 17 minutes to announce, instead of reading 200 pages, unless they do in 17 minutes, they said, we're going to appeal this. And the appeal was yesterday and today. We do not have a verdict as of yet. How long do you think that's going to take before they write that up?
Judging from what I did get to see of it today, because I got extremely busy about halfway through the day, maybe a month. Maybe a month. Yeah, look, and the very interesting thing that was said today was quite a few very key things, maybe to the ordinary person may not have clued in, but to me, I see it through different lenses. But one of the interesting things that was said today was it crossed the line into criminality. Now that was very important. And there was thanks given to, I believe it was the AG, the Attorney General. So, and that was very key also, because the Attorney General, both sides agreed on a lot of things. So, I can't see this. I just can't see them overturning Justice Mosley's original verdict on this. I just can't see it.
A few things I did here come across. Now, guys, don't quote me on this. I am an unlearned, unlawful person, so what I say means nothing. But
wait, did you say unlawful person? No, you mean you're a lawful, unlearned person.
Unlearned. I don't know much about the law. Actually, a little, the old saying, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. So maybe I should keep my mouth shut. But what I did hear or kind of gathered is that, and this is coming from other sources, this appeal was not by the original lawyers, government lawyers. These were some high-powered, very expensive lawyers out of Vancouver that were handling the whole appeal. And basically, the argument they had was, well, we've never really done an Emergency Orders Act. We really don't know what the tests are. The government, with the information base that they had, they kind of did the right thing, and they talked to a few people about it, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, you got to be kidding me. That's all you got for the argument, to this major appeal, and it's stomping on our rights, and you think it's going to fly? Well, what the hell do I know?
Hey, the way I see it, they were asking for leniency and forgiveness, possibly. I don't know. You know, this is very interesting because there was plenty of jurisprudence today that was brought forward. So this isn't something that's never been done before, and there's no precedent for. There was several jurisprudence that brought forward, and this is what I'm talking about. I just can't see it being overturned. If you ask me, government should have just swallowed that pill and not bring it forward to challenge it. I don't know. I didn't read everything, so I didn't read the appeal, so I don't know what grounds they were appealing on. And I came into it late today, and I got out of it about halfway through the day, like I said. But I did pick up on quite a few cues there.
Being butthurt, is that grounds for an appeal?
Yes, and in today's government, why the hell not? I think it butthurt. Maybe they didn't call her him, her, or is she a her? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that was a grounds. I don't know.
I don't know. Apparently, a lot of the provinces had representatives there, and all of them said they pretty much were able to handle what they had. Quebec actually was opposed to Emergency Orders Act, from what I gathered.
They were supposed to what?
They were against invoking the Emergency Measures Act.
Yeah, but you know what's very interesting? Remember all the conspiracy nuts out there who went and started posting the UN plane up? We got to stop listening to these crazies, okay? And then they were saying, these are foreign troops on our ground. Crazies again. Well, in one of the shots, you see the arm patch. Those were not foreign troops. These people obviously don't know what French sounds like because they were speaking French, not a foreign language. They were police from Quebec that were brought in there. So just to put that sleeping dog back to sleep again because it was woken by these stupid, outrageous claims. But they were the Quebec police, okay?
The videos that I seen, no badge numbers, no names.
No, but they did have the insignia on the shoulder, and if you remember was it G21 way back when the police went in and started beating everyone and stuff? That was the same thing. No badge numbers. They were warned, blocked, and everything. Completely illegal. The courts ruled on that, and they all got the crap suit out of them. So illegal. Anytime you see a cop with no badge number, make sure you get the insignias on the side. If they have any, make sure you get their hat insignia so you can identify it, and take plenty of pictures of these cops. Paste it out there on the internet and ask for the identity, the name of that person. You will get it back, who it is, but this is how you hold them accountable. Take them to court and then sue them on top of it.
Okay, so you're saying let them beat the shit out of you, let them arrest you, let them walk you out of town, or drop you off, or not arrest you, but they're going to take you away. Let them do that, even though there's no name or badge number.
No, I'm not saying let them do that. If there's a case, and I think I've brought the case law up before, if an officer has no authority to lay hands on you, you do have a right to defend yourself. So that's already been set in courts. So you do have a right to self-defense, but don't be stupid, people. I wouldn't suggest it. It's a dumb game to play. They'll more than likely pull a gun out and shoot you. You know how megalomaniacs they are, and they like to blast people. These are the type of mentality they want our power trippers, NPCs, call them. They don't question orders. They just follow them and do them no matter what. We have to change that in our government, and we will. Eventually we will. But no, I'm not saying let them do that to you, but when you're outnumbered with guys with billy clubs and bats and they're having at it, there's not too much you're going to be able to do to resist that. I'm just saying, anybody around you, anyone that's got cameras going, pictures, video, and make sure you get the markings, what police department they're from. That way, if they don't answer or if they're hiding their identification, and then put their faces out on the internet and ask people if they know who they are, if they can provide the identity. And then that way you can hold them accountable at that point as soon as you find out. And if not, you can even put the complaint in and sue them, sue the police department, the city. You sue them all together, and then you will find out because they have to identify that officer.
All right, and we've got a lot of stuff to cover. What do you want first, Municipal Elections Act or which
Let's
one?
Let's go with the Municipal Elections Act. Yeah.
All right, here it comes. There it is. All right, where on this page? Let me see if I can make this bigger for you. What sections do we want to look at? So this is Ontario provincial law, right? Ontario e-laws. How can I make this bigger? Zoom. Come on. Okay, where do you want to go? What section? Can you hear me?
I want to go to section 4, subsection 2.
Regular elections?
Just scroll down. It's not moving on your screen.
Section 4?
Nope, a little bit more down. Section 4, sub 2. So, bylaws in question in municipality. Here you go. Just, oh Jesus, I got some stuff in the way. But it says clearly, there you go, good enough. Whoa, a little too far. But it states, a vote on a bylaw or a question that a municipality wishes to submit to the electors, meaning you, shall be combined with a next regular election unless the municipality provides by bylaw that a vote shall be held at another time. So right now, we have a problem here in municipalities where the clerk has taken it upon themselves to just go ahead and say, we're going to do elections, the next election, by electronic voting machine instead of paper ballot. So they need to, they have to give notice to the electors and see what type of method that the electors choose. Not the court clerk, not the municipal clerk. They are not the person that does this. It's the people in the municipality. So any municipality that has changed their votes to electronic voting machines without the approval or consent of the people, those elections have all been unlawful and they need to be challenged. So we have the next municipal election coming up, and the time period for this to make it paper ballot or electronic voter machine is we have until May. So if a municipality has not brought or consulted or notified or asked the everybody who lives in the municipality what way they want to vote, those elections will be unlawful. So I'll encourage you to create petitions and sign, get as many people as you can to sign them in the municipality, sign the petition and present it to council and make them ask you so they can get told by you, the people, what type of an election voting system you're going to use. Because as I said, it's not the clerk who gets to decide that, it's the people who get to decide that. So this is something that we need to take back control, take back our municipalities, and put it back in the hands of the voters, of the people who live there. It's not staff that controls anything. Staff are just there if you are not clear on something, and you refer something back to staff so they can gather you more information so you can make a informed decision on something. That's called due diligence, people. And if you're elected and you're not doing any of your due diligence, that makes you negligent. And when it comes to the court, you're personally liable. So this is something that everyone needs to share this out, get that word out there so everybody has this knowledge, and you can put this knowledge to good use. Now, if you bring that act up, Ed, if you bring it up again, try to go to the subheading. Oh, jeez, hold on. Let me mute this, Ed. Hold on.
All right, guys, we're still with you. And he didn't tell me what section. Who else would take a phone call during a show? Stefanos, we're live. Stefanos, we're live. Don't one finger me. Oh, man. Anyways, here in Quebec, our best chance is voting in the provincial Conservative part. Leader Eric Duham spoke out against the COVID scam. At least there was one. I don't know of any politicians that actually spoke out against it that I can recall. And, you know, it's a shame how many people fell through for this. They've got another name for it. They don't call it the cerveza virus. That way they won't take you down. Stefanos, we're live. They can wait an hour. Come on. He's laughing. Always makes for good video, eh? When people take phone calls. Anyways, probably going to want section 4 again. Stefanos, get back in the show, man. What are you listening to? The dollar joke or what?
Sorry, it was a very important phone call. Sorry, I couldn't pass that one up. So now section. So what did I tell you? Section. What was it?
You didn't.
Oh my goodness, I didn't. Oh my God, this is turning into a disaster, Ed. First we have technical difficulties, and then I go right off the rails. Horrible. Section 3 of the Act. Under the heading Application of Act. Keep going up. So, if you go down a little bit, you'll see 3.1, right? So this here, whoops, up. No, the other way, the other way. Up. This is 3.1. I don't want 3.1. I want 3.1. Right there. So, and this tells you what it applies to. An election to an office. All right? On the council of local municipalities. So this is council when they go into all of this stuff. Then you have the council of an upper tier municipality. That's stuff like the region of Niagara. And then you have all the municipalities under that umbrella. You have the upper and the lower tiers. Um, Required to be elected by the electors or one or more of the local municipalities. And then you got a local board if the holder of office is required to be elected in the same manner as members of council local municipality. And then you go to number 2 here on election to obtain the assent of electors to bylaw as required, authorized by law. So this is the previous stuff we were just showing. An election to obtain the opinion of the electors on any question as required or authorized by law. So again, this is if they are not following the legislation, and that's exactly what I told you. They have to ask the people who live in the municipalities if they want electronic voting machines or if they want to do by paper ballot. So if they didn't do that, the elections have been unlawful. They're not legitimate, and they should be challenged in the courts because obviously staff does not control you guys. It's the people who have the power. We need to take our municipalities back, and that's that for that.
Okay, so next week, could you write up a petition that people can download or something, or we can send it out and then people can get these things filled out?
We at the Ontario Landowners Association are one of our executive are writing up the petition. When it comes available, I will be sure and let you all know where you can get it from and make it available to you all so you can use it as a template and get these petitions in, because we don't need, these, and this is very common. All of a sudden the voting machine goes down for 4 hours, and this is constantly happening. This is not a good thing. There's no way to track anything. We don't have scrutineers that, if I was a candidate, say I have my own scrutineers there, make sure there's nothing underhanded going on. And so this is a bad way, and a way they can stack and fix elections, and we need to stop that and go back to paper ballot.
Well, I remember when Kevin, the second or third time he ran for mayor of Mississauga, he came in second place. We were watching the results come in. I think there was 4 or 5 sets of results where they count how much percentage you had of the popular vote. Kevin surprisingly always had 13.4%, if memory serves me correctly, of the vote. Statistically, that's impossible. So the results are coming from all over the city of Mississauga, and we're watching the numbers come in. It says, Kevin, how can you always have 13.4? Why is it always 13.4? You got to tell me it's not rigged? And electronic voting machines, yes. They said they didn't use them. They're using paper ballots, sure. But they ran it through the machine. And that's over the counting. And it took hours and hours and hours to get the final results. Bonnie Crombie, I didn't see any of her signs till the last week of the election. She didn't do any proper debates as far as I could tell. And she wanted nothing to do with Kevin. Probably, well, we know why. So, guys, if you want your elections to be honest, if you want to get our people in there, people that actually care, let's get them into municipal politics. Let's get it back to paper ballots. Let's get these, we'll have to wait for the Landowners Association to get the petition written up, and let's get out there to start doing some stuff. If everybody chips in a little bit, we can beat these guys. Just nodding there, singing, yeah. No comment?
I'm just thinking, Ed, and I'm looking at something too at the same time. But this is a problem that we have. This is a real big problem, Ed. And because municipalities, they're not forthcoming. They're not very forthcoming at all. And I shouldn't say that. I'm not going to put that as a blanket statement. I'm just going to say some municipalities are a hell of a lot more corrupt than others. And I've dealt with them. I've dealt with them all across Ontario. Dealt with them in the courtrooms. I've dealt with them in, in chambers. I've dealt with them even when they call the police. I've dealt with them. Hell, there was even threats of assault. Not only threats of assault, but actual counselors in West Lincoln, let's say, attempting to use physical assault, shoulder checking, stuff like that. Pissed off, leaving the meeting during a meeting. Craziness. Why? Just because citizens are holding them accountable. And we need to hold these guys accountable because we have a hell of a lot of tyrants, Communist Party people that have gotten in, Antifas that have gotten themselves in. And, this is where you got to ask yourself questions of how. There was one particular counselor that had gotten in West Lincoln, and I'd done some digging into them. And I found out, because I thought it was very weird that this counselor had come into West Lincoln and suddenly was elected immediately, like within 2 years. And here I am, a lifelong resident that has been advocating for everybody, helping them out in courts, helping them everywhere, so they know what I'm about. And couldn't get elected. And I then do a little bit of searching on this counselor, and I find out they were a CEO, a CAO in another municipality. And when it came to election time, they were caught for election fraud. And they found several boxes of votes, paper ballot votes, that were not included in the count. So once in a while you do catch these crooks, these corrupt, can I say it, corrupt bastards? Is that all right? Can I say corrupt bastards?
You give me specific.
I don't want to get, I don't want to get thrown in the back room, but, these are corrupt bastards, and we got to keep these guys accountable. This is why you always show up at council meetings, and you show up in person, all right? So we got to keep an eye on, and this paper ballot voting and electronic voting, we got to do it. I know in the provincial elections, when they first came out with electronic voting machines, there came an article out that a high school student just stood outside the building with a laptop and had hacked the system like almost instantly. So how secure, really, are these electronic voting systems? I'm going to say they're not, and they can't be. And they're not very secure at all if you have a little high school student running around hacking a system and altering a vote from outside of a window.
Remember the last Toronto elections? Chris Sky said they took a case to court. They had 100% proof that the election was rigged in Toronto. 100% proof. Judges threw it out. Kept it pretty damn quiet, didn't it? Never made the papers, eh?
I didn't know. I thought he said he was taking it to the court. I didn't even know that it was thrown out or that it even went to the courtroom. I was waiting for the big news, that it was launched and everything. I didn't hear about it.
From what I was
interesting.
told, you refused to hear it. That's what I was told.
Oh, I'd love to see the papers because I have to see on what was something done incorrectly or, what. There has to be something.
All right, change of topic right here. Been watching a bunch of the videos about what's been going on. I looked into what happened in Washington. So choppers, when they fly, they don't fly like this. When you're going full speed, you're flying like this. So you're actually kind of naturally looking down and ahead. Okay? So these guys are the same height. The big jets, when they come in, they're not flying like this, they're not flying like that. They're actually flying nose up. So you got a big instrument cluster in front of you. Your window is pretty small. When they say visual approach, you got to be able to see the airport. So they can just barely see the airport, and anyone that's closer to them even at their same height, they won't see them. That's what I think happened. That's just my opinion. And at the speed that these guys were closing at, didn't have a chance. So, and the chopper was on it was only a 500-hour pilot. He's getting certified or checked out with night vision and stuff. At night, depending on the types of lights or how the settings were set, could have been night blindness, which would have been another reason. Another thing is when you're flying at night, and if the terrain is up or down at all, you've got lights all over. And if you got just two lights coming at you, you're not going to see them because they blend in with the rest of the city lights. So it's sad. My condolences to the families. But
I'm glad you brought that up.
DEI, that's all I'm going to say.
Well, I did see some people were saying that it was a certain trans person that was flying. That trans person was not flying. It was not that branch of government. They made a statement. They were right there talking, so it wasn't them. And this is what we have to watch, just like the police up in the Quebec police there in Ottawa, and all the falsehoods that came out of that. People really need to do their research and really find out what's going on, because of the fact that, you know, there may be government provocateurs, infiltrators that are trying to push something else, an agenda, anything. And they want to take every credit away from any credibility away from people when something happens. So you're absolutely right, Ed. It's a sad situation, unfortunate, but people aren't pilots. You are. You know how things work. So yeah, this is very sad. Okay,
What's this all about?
there. Let's hold on a minute. Let me see that. Okay, yes. Scroll down a little. I want to see. I haven't gone through the documents completely, but I just wanted to show that the Catholic School Board has had. Oh, it's right near the top. Right there. Let's see. The system. There it is. So there was, if you read that very first paragraph there, Northeastern Catholic District School Board is committed to transparency and protecting the information entrusted to us. Following the initial correspondence to family, January 2025, we are providing this update to share additional details about the recent data breach involving Power School, our student information system provider. So if you have kids at going to this school, now I'm not sure if it's just this one. If we scroll down some more, where it
says school boards
that experienced a cyber incident affecting our student information system. Since then, we've been working with Power School and our internal team to determine the precise information that was affected.
Where's that, Ed? Where's that in the second paragraph, or? Yeah, the second paragraph. So this is all of North America, all right? So if your kid goes to a Catholic school board, your children's identification, all their information they have on school records, everything has been stolen. And it is. It's not may be affected. You know, if there was a data breach and they have taken it, your child's info, addresses, everything, this could be sold to pedophiles, making your children, targets and victims. This stuff can be sold to trafficking rings. They can come and pick your child out. They can, and who knows what all that data in there is, because I do know that they share this stuff with the provincial governments, and they also share it with the law enforcement. This is why I tell everybody, do not do anything online. No matter what they do, they cannot safeguard your information, your children's information. Anything that's digital is hackable. So, and I'm not just saying this as a thought. I know this. I am a computer technician. I do have my diploma. got it at a very young age. So I'm very well versed in this stuff and have knowledge. And this kind of stuff is never, I don't give a crap if it's a bank, I don't give a crap anything. So this could turn into a giant lawsuit. I would think possible. You got any thoughts there, Ed?
Yeah, they're claiming that the data was destroyed and that none of it got out. So I don't know if they're just trying to cover their ass or what.
Well, okay, I'm going to suspect. I'll retract that other statement. I'll say suspect. I'll suspect that it was taken. And it only takes a split second at data transfer speeds. And depending on how quickly they discovered this breach, depends on how much information was stolen, if any at all. And did they delete all of your children's information? I don't know. There's only one way to test that, and that's to go to the school and ask them for a copy of your children's file. If they hand it to you, you obviously know they didn't delete any information because they would still have it. So I'd suggest people start, if you're a parent, you have a kid going to school, this is extremely serious. I would definitely go looking and asking for answers here.
Well, they're claiming there's been no damage done and that the files have been deleted, but yeah, okay.
Well, Ed, it's called plausible deniability, and it's also called doing damage control, because at the end of the day, they're liable, period. And like I say, the Canadian government's been hacked. Never mind them. Municipalities, several of them have been hacked. There's no hiding it. If it's digital, it's hackable.
So we got frequently asked questions here. Why is this not scrolling? Our school is a leading provider of education technology solutions designed to support students, teachers, and administrators. With 30 years of expertise in the industry, Power School serves over 60 million students across school districts in 90 countries worldwide. One of its core offerings is its student information system. It's a comprehensive system for managing and storing student-related data. Despite the recent incident, it remains a reputable company with a strong track record in the education sector.
Hey, Ed, hold on. This is just making powder coating, making fluff, okay? Because, remember, I just told you about the voting machines. How did a kid, these guys are claiming 30 years experience, right? How did a kid at a high school just walk up with how many years experience? It's a kid from high school, and he hacked it. I don't give a crap. I don't buy into the fluff of 30 years experience, because who knows? Maybe these guys are just following what the norm is. You don't know. We don't know these questions. We can only suspect.
For all students who have been enrolled in the NCDSB since September 2020, the information affected includes name, date of birth, address, gender, Ontario education number, parent guardian contact name, phone numbers, emergency contact name, and phone numbers. For some students, some custody and medical information, as well as the doctor's name and contact information, may also be affected. This is not good. This is
not good at all. So I'm going to say this much. They got your kid's social insurance number. You got financial information, your banks and stuff. This is bad. And you know what, Ed? This is actually...
Hang on.
Go ahead.
The incident did not result in the compromise of any of the following information: social insurance numbers, financial information, student academic grades, passwords, or individual education plans. What staff data was compromised? Staff data in Power School consists of present permanent employees as well as past permanent staff employed by the board September 2020, 2024. We've completed our analysis, confirmed that very limited.
So Ed, just hold it right there. If you scroll, did the board notify the office? If you scroll up a little bit on that, so we can see more.
Down a bit.
No, so we can see. Yeah, down. Sorry. Okay, there. You'll see. Where is it? Where is it? I read somewhere that said very little of staff data was taken.
Yeah, I just read that.
Okay, so you got very little of staff data compromised. How is it possible that the students' data didn't get compromised? You know, these are the things that should be raising some red flags for parents, and we got to be very careful here. If I was parents, I would be diving in. I would be bringing out freedom of information stuff. I would be asking the hard questions. I would be grabbing a lawyer, sending letters to the schools, demanding answers and disclosure, full disclosure, and if not, and in the end, end up in the courts. We got to hold these guys accountable. Take this garbage off the internet. Take this crap and stop this digital garbage, because these people are too damn lazy to grab paperwork and a pen or a pencil and write down things they want to do with a computer, because they're lazy and it's quicker. And if we're done on this, let me just dive into our favorite, most corrupt municipality, Pickering, a little bit. I just want to bring the attention of some people here.
Hang on.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
about Argentina?
Oh yes.
No.
Argentina got rid of the WHO. They're gone. No more WHO at Argentina. Attaboy Javier Milei. Libertarians rule, and he's a libertarian party, and he's the president of Argentina right now, and they're doing awesome. People need to learn how to change their votes. Look. Oh, right, wrong side. I'm doing a Kevin here. Libertarian, all right? Get that. Keep it in your mind. Start voting the right way.
So we're talking World Health Organization is no longer affiliated with Argentina.
Correct. They got rid of them. So has Italy. So has Nigeria, or Kenya, sorry. So has Australia and the USA. So everybody is starting to get rid of them. And Dr. Tam the man has been fired. You're fired. Gone. So they're looking for another one, and Canada's calling it their health person. It's not their health person, people. The WHO is foreign interference in our country. That's what it is. It's traitorous actions by our government and foreign interference, and allowing it in Canada, being traitorous and acting traitorous to the people.
It's also privately owned. Bill Gates is the biggest funder of World Health Organization.
Yeah, but
That's
not,
known criminal. List goes on and on. We've talked about these guys many times. You guys should be well affiliated, should be well informed on what the WHO is. It's a private entity.
the WHO is the United Nations, and it's another branch of the United Nations, again, which is foreign interference of a body of Marxist, unelected, unaccountable pack of bureaucrats trying to do the world and take it all over, where they have no jurisdiction here. We're a sovereign country and a sovereign people. They have no authority here whatsoever. So we got to stop this foreign interference in Canada and around the world. All the countries around the world need to wake up.
All right, what do you got on Pickering?
Okay.
It's all legit. Everything above board, everything the way it should be.
Oh yeah, geez, they're right on board. So it turns out I've been taking a special little interest in Pickering here, and I'm going to try to bring up the video next time we have it, or if I can on this podcast when I find it, I will post the video of the of the City of Pickering Planning and Development Committee meeting of February the 3rd, 2025. And, or if you want, you can just go to YouTube, go to the City of Pickering and see that meeting and watch it, because it was streamed 2 days ago. And you'll see Mayor Ash literally harassing Councillor Lisa Robinson yet again, because clearly the man has some issues with anger and power tripping. He's a megalomaniac, and that's the bottom line. Now, we've seen him at several meetings freaking out on Lisa and talking to her very rudely, very bad, and to the point where Lisa tells him, "I'm not your wife. You go talk to your wife like that, all right?" So this guy has a serious problem. If there's ever a picture of a dictator, a power tripper, a megalomaniac, this is the guy, Kevin Ash. He's put it on for all to see. He's had it on full display at council meetings over and over and over. The only other person worse than him, I'm going to say, is Justin Trudeau. And we've seen what his actions have caused. But at this meeting, not to get off topic, at this meeting here that I spoke of, the Planning and Development Committee, Mayor Ash starts again calling Lisa Robinson a conspiracy theorist. Again, because Lisa asked about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which is ICLEI, and it's coming from the Canadian Federation of Municipalities, which is ICLEI. And staff at all your municipalities have been pushing this garbage to your councillors and mayor, and they're too lazy to know any different, to do their due diligence and see this is foreign interference on a municipality. This is a foreign entity. United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And so, of course, he lets Lisa have it and harasses her. And then later on, I can't remember who it was, somebody brought up the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So now, obviously, Mayor Ash is a liar, a flat-out liar, and that is corruption. When you lie to the people, that's corruption. Because he said they're not doing the Sustainable Development Goals, and you're just a freaking conspiracy theorist. And then you see David Pickles all of a sudden, no, and he's putting his hands over his head, and the same thing with Mayor Ash. So there you go. There's the whole freaking corruption liar. You liar, Mr. Ash. You are a liar. Shame on you. You should come out and do the right thing and do a public formal apology in all newspapers and all media, and you should do it at council meeting. And if you don't, everybody in the city of Pickering, you need to just line right up to the integrity commissioner, because this man does not have one bone of integrity in his body. If he just lied to everybody, insulted and harassed another councillor for calling him out on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and then denying that they're there, and then somebody brings up that they're pushing it. Shame on you, you corrupt bastard. Period. Shame on you. Go put complaints to the Integrity Commissioner for Mayor Ash lying and harassing councillors who are speaking truth, while all the while, that's workplace harassment on top of it. My God, there's so many lawsuits I see that can come against the city. If you're watching, Lisa, sue the piss out of them. These guys need to be put in their place. Liars, corrupt bastards. Ed, you're muted.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask you, are the meetings being held in public, or are they in private?
Well, Ed, they're being held in public, but it's really not public, because the public has no access to the meetings. And what they've done to you would trespass you for 6 months. That's a big no-no on their part. They shouldn't do that. Anybody is free. They shouldn't be classifying you an outsider just because they think they can. The Constitution, the right to meetings, the right for any Canadian from BC to come to Pickering specifically to watch a meeting and record it if they want to, they have every right to. A municipality has no right, in the name of transparency and accountability. Pickering has no right to try to bar any Canadian citizen from a meeting, especially when everybody has been peaceful. There's been no attacks, nobody's been harmed. This is all made up garbage in their head. And what I think they're doing, because everybody wants to keep them accountable, we already know that they edit the YouTube videos, so what are they cutting out? So this is just another way for them to go to Zoom to restrict people from going to the meetings and delegating. If you lived in Pickering, Ed, you could delegate me to speak to them as a representative, and I can live up in freaking, Timbuktu. No matter. You have that right as a citizen. I have that right to represent you if you like. They can't stop nobody from not being just because you're not from there. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying the people need to take their power back from the municipalities. They need to take it back from these commie that are running with an iron fist a totalitarian, fascist, extreme left-wing nut bars that have gotten in there and are driving people to mislead them with information. They are misleading everybody, restricting accountability. This is absolutely bad. It's wrong on so many levels, and I hope somebody someday holds these guys accountable. How dare they? Shame on them. Shame on you, Ash. Shame on you, bastard.
Well, I went there to that particular meeting to find out who was who, see what these counselors looked like. And specifically, it was Ward 5 counselor that I have an issue with, because I won't speak on it yet because I don't know if the court case has been finished yet.
Hey, Ed, just don't speak on any of it. They said their stuff. They done what they done. Accountability, we need it. And that's what people need to take power back. They need to take back control of their municipalities from these people who have inserted themselves in there like the tyrants they are. Dictators. And I've dealt with them for many years, Ed. I've dealt for them many years. I've had counselors, mayors, MPPs. I've had newspapers. I've been approached by all sorts of people from all walks of life who needed a hand with municipalities and how they've been working and operating. This is a bad thing, a very bad thing, and I'm pissed. And this is why I've taken a special little interest in Pickering. And that's that for that.
Well, I know a friend of my nephew's, young boy who's 16 years old, he died because the roads that are maintained by the city of Pickering are in such horrible shape that it caused a traffic accident, and the kid actually died on the spot.
Yeah, where's the money going? Where's the money for infrastructure going? Why? I've noticed that, Ed, and I've noticed in the winter here, we don't even get any salt or plows or anything anymore.
So I'll leave it at that. So, they did that hit piece video on me, be it as it may, it was full of BS anyways. And I'll leave it at that. But I was there for a real reason, and it was, all I'm going to say is that once the court case is over, where this boy was died unnecessarily, we'll be approaching Pickering Town Council. I still don't know what the Ward 6 or Ward 5 councilor looks like. So hoping I have to work with him, but I guess that's going to have to wait a little while longer. hopefully no one else will die on that particular piece of broken road. But they put the brakes on me, and that's only temporary, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and it's very sad that people are losing their lives due to the negligence of municipalities and just letting things go. And they're finding other things such as DEI, which is more important than their constituents' lives, and not maintaining infrastructure and roads for safety. That's real sad. It's very pathetic, and I think we hit our time limit, so I'm done saying what I gotta say.
We're over. See you guys next Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in. Share this out.